بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم أحبتي ورحمة الله وبركاته. This is Meytham Sirhan in another lecture of teaching English for intermediate schools. And this is the third lecture. We started with two previous lectures. We explained some school management techniques, and we talked about listening and speaking as one or two important skills in learning any language. And today our lecture is dedicated to reading and writing. So and then we have two other lectures, inshallah. One of them is the assessment, and the other one is just a training lesson where you see a real lesson produced by me. So today the aims or the objectives of our lesson is to identify reading and writing skills, to identify reading and writing activities, and to identify how activities developed different literacy skills, and to recognize the role of phonetics, and to look at the importance of literate environment. So let's get started with all these subjects. And as you know, we agreed upon mixed between Arabic and English for the sake of clarity and to explain things that need more explanation in the Arabic by using Arabic language. So what is reading? What do we mean by reading? شنو القراءة؟ شنو نعني بالقراءة؟ هل هي فقط انه الطالب يلزم الكتاب ويقرأ مجرد كلمات مرتبطة في phrases, clauses, and then sentences, and then a text, or there is more than just reading. There is vocabularies that students need to maintain and develop. There are a lot of repetitions in there. There are lots of high frequency words that we need the students to understand and memorize at the end of the day. So and the same thing about writing. Is it just a composition that students need to write, memorize, and write it? Like what we do now in school. Most of our students at school, they just memorize some words and they come and write them down, and that's it. يجون بس مجرد ما يكتب إنشاء، والإنشاء يحفظه ويجي كتبه مع الأسف وتنتهي القضية. هكذا جاي يصير يعني في العملية التدريسية. Early literacy skills. طبعا literacy هي مثل ما تعرفون احنا نقول عليها القابلية على القراءة والكتابة. What skills are children developing in the first primary literacy? يعني شنو الأشياء اللي الأطفال يطوروها في بداية كتابتهم وقراءتهم في مسيرتهم الكتابية والقرائية. طبعا احنا بالمتوسطة عادة ما يعني هناك مشاكل موجودة يعني بالكتابة والقراءة. بداية المتوسط، الأول متوسط، الثاني متوسط. and that's because والسبب طبعا هو مو المنهج، ولكن السبب انه يعني الطالب ما درس وما تعرض للغة بشكل تام وجوهري، ولم يراقب، يعني لم يراقب طريقة كتابته، لم تراقب. no one told him or no one taught him that he needs to start. طبعا حتى بالإعدادية لحد الآن يخطأ الطالب ويجي يبدأ الكتابة من الجهة اليمنى باللغة الإنجليزية. and no one يعني gave him special attention. We don't say no one, but this is the majority, and we don't want to be negative here. I mean, the majority, they can read, they develop good skills, but the minorities, they have some literacy problems. So remember, children need time to develop literacy skills. طبعا هو المفروض يعني بالمنهج انه يدرس من at the beginning, from the beginning of the early years, the first day, first primaries, and then it moves to intermediates. They need to develop literacy, they need time. Okay, so we give them the time, and that's why the book repeats the same topic from here and there. You can see that some let's say words are repeated repeated over the courses. So you see the first intermediate, you find the same word in the third intermediate, and in the third intermediate you can find them in the fourth high school. You can find them there. So children needs time, and repetition is the point, or the let's say the key point that can help them to maintain these words or enhance literacy skills. We need to have realistic expectations for second language learners, and provide plenty of practice and recycling. As I said, plenty of practicing and recycling. So it's not just a matter of one lesson or two lessons or one course, one entire course. No, we're talking about a whole process that takes years, maybe. Developing literacy skills for reading and writing, visual comparison, visual discrimination, visual directionalities. That's regarding reading. As you see, visual memory, phonetics and phonetics knowledge and sounding out, sight reading known words. These are all literacy skills that help students. And writing, hand-eyes coordinations, developing muscles memory, spatial awareness, يعني المسافات والمكانات, directionality, which is we started from English, started from the left and then ended with the right, just which is different from Arabic language, our language. And you can see, as I said, a lot of students make such type of mistakes. Writing pencil grip, which is PPP, pencil grip يعني لازمة القلم, والposture, والpaper position. الpaper position يعني وين تخلي الورقة. هذه كلها تلاحظ المفروض لدى التلميذ بالابتدائية ثم ينتقل إلى المتوسطة. اوكي. literacy activities اللي هي الاكتيفيتيز الفعاليات اللي تطور عندنا الكتابة والقراءة. spot the difference يعني جد او المحل اختلاف. predict missing letters words، هذه كلها بالreading. ايضا التنبؤ بالكلمات المفقودة. connected sentences ربط الجمل. sequencing alphabet ترتيب حسب يعني الحروف الأبجدية. predicting and ordering text. jumbled words were using visual aids to support meaning, were using punctuation to support meaning. These are all reading activities that we can use to practice or enhance literacy skills. Writing also, jumbled spelling, match, gap filling, completing chart tables. طبعا هاي يعني الكتب مليانة منهن، يبدأ من الابتدائية لحد السادس علمي. completing chart tables. spacing words in a sentence. spacing تضع الكلمات في الجمل. طبعا اكو rearrange words and sentences ايضا ترتيب الكلمات وفي داخل الجملة. ordering words in a sentence. freehand writing و sentence constructing and mechanics. punctuation works together or work together. Alright, so these are Also some activities where you can we can consider them as practicing that students may practice in order to enhance their literacy skills، وهي مهارات القراءة والكتابة. الكتاب مليان يعني من هذا النوع من activities. See for example, here we have from the first intermediate and second intermediate. Fill the missing letters in these words. وأيضا the same thing here and there. Now fill in the word tree. Write about your favorite meal. These are some types of activities we have chosen from the book, from our books actually, not one book. The main approaches to teaching reading. What are the main approaches to teach reading? We have 3 approaches actually: whole word and high frequency words recognitions, phonics approach, where we have audio assisted reading. So these are 3 approaches. We're coming to explain them. A whole word recognition, which words, and which words can we teach using pictures. Like see, we have a whole word recognition. We have the old classification of words, as we all know about them, which nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, and articles, auxiliaries, demonstratives, quantifiers, prepositions, pronouns, conjunctions. The difference between, as it obvious actually, the difference between these content words and function words. The content words, like now, we can, they having meaning in themselves, and they are not grammatical. They don't have a grammatical function as the function words. Let's say, computer, space, school. These are like school, for example, makan, right? And verb, say, walk, run, belong. Each word of these, it has a meaning in itself. While these function words, they have a grammatical function within a sentence. And as you can see, for example, prepositions: on, with, to, from. These are they call them function words. So the whole word recognition is one technique to develop to develop readings and to enhance readings, understandings, and to practice reading skills. So high frequency words, as we said, is one of the strategies. These 12 words make up on average 1/4 of all the reading and writing. For example, these high frequency words are very important to be learned. Students have to learn them, and they help them a lot. There are several lists. You can find them online. You can print them and hang them on a wall in your classroom, so students can come back and read them frequently. These are يعني اكو 100 كلمة تقريبا اللي هي high frequency words، الكلمات اللي تتكرر. طبعا من اي reading، شوف يقول 1/4 of all reading and writing. مثلا هذا نشوف المتكررات يعني في الكثير من يعني في الكورسات intermediates. For example, you can see the main pronoun here. Pronouns, they are repeated at the second intermediate and third intermediate English course. يعني متكررات، حتى الطالب شنو هو يعني يضبطهن بشكل صحيح. فلذلك الكتاب يكرر. طبعا مكررات أيضا هي بالابتدائية وفي الثانوية يكرر على الطالب. How do we teach high frequency word within؟ شلون يعني شلون نخلي الطالب اللي هن ذني one quarter اللي هن ربع ياخذن من مساحة أي قطعة مقروءة. How can we teach them to our students? One of the strategies, as I said, we can put them on wall. and طبعا اكيد انه هن القيمه مالتهن خاصه الفانكشن ووردز، القيمه مالتهن يكونون ب يعني بوجودهم في داخل كلمه، وهذه الكلمه عفوا في داخل جمله، وهذه الجمله موجوده في تكست معين اللي هو نص معين. within phrases, sentences and texts. text, examples, stories, dialogues, instructions, descriptions, learning to recognize and dispel high frequency words. As we said, as you can see, we have here the this is for third intermediate and this is for second intermediate. You can see I mean reading about here this guy is a reporter and Salam Ahmed, and then as you see there are a lot of words that can be repeated in the same text. So this is the way we teach high frequency words, reading beyond word level, and we also need to read beyond the word level. Students can learn words separately, but they need to read more than one word. They need to read more than one sentence, and they need to read a text, a paragraph, assisted reading, visual and audio. مساعدات القراءة يا إما هو مقطع فيديوي فيجوال، يا إما هو أوديو، يا إما هو الفيجوال يعني نقصد به مثلا البيكتشرز وغيرها. هذه تساعد assisted reading، تساعد الطالب على القراءة. reading memorize or familiar text، و reading aloud at teachers discretion at which is يعني حسب قناعات الأستاذ. Reading beyond the word level is assist reading visual and audio. What are 3 ways audio assist readings? Consolidating sound, spelling patterns, models, intonation patterns, rhythm, pronunciation, support understanding by using distinctive character voices. And by distinctive is referring to types of individuals and characters that the book use in order to act or in order to explain particular topic or particular text. So these sound والspelling patterns والmodel والintonations pattern والrhythm, they are all assisting طبعا extra linguistics and extra linguistics features. They are all working on assisting reading. Alright, so طبعا ضروري انه الطالب يعرف الرhythm وضروري يعرف pronunciation, correct pronunciation. For example, the ed at the end of a verb, how do we pronounce it? Models, intonations patterns are very important. These are all assisted reading, visual and audio. So reading beyond word level, قراءة beyond reading aloud. طبعا reading aloud هي القراءة بشكل مرتفع. And this must be paid special attention from the teachers, because sometimes students may choose not to read aloud, and that's because they feel embarrassed or stressed at the classroom. What we need to do is to let them feel they are at home. We need to, as I said that before at the first lecture, as I reckon, we need to let them feel that's their safe zone. We need to let them know that no one going to make fun of their reading. We need to make them feel they are respected and their colleagues are supporting them rather than bullying them. Alright, so this is what the teacher role at the classroom. See, how are these reading tasks supported? See, they are supported by listening and read, then complete the rules below. And here, this is second intermediate and this is first intermediate. Whose scrapbooks are these? Read and work it out. So it's supported by pictures. Readings are supporting by pictures in order to give a clue for student to guess what is the meaning of the new words, maybe, for example, or what is needed from them. So handwriting and writing. Handwriting is the first step to writing, and students need to supervision until letters formation is secure. As we said, because of the number of students that we normally have in our classes, and it is hard sometimes to give each student special attention because you don't have enough time. You have 20 or 45 minutes a lecture, and you don't have enough time to give a special attention to every single student. So that's why sometimes supervision يعني نواجه مشاكل بالكتابة. الطالب يوصل إلى مراحل متقدمة بالمدرسة وهو الكتابة مالته غير مضبوطة. Bad habits are difficult to eradicate later on. That's why bad habits يعني وهذا سببه إنه الطالب من البداية ما تعود على الصحيح، فصعب إنه يتغير. يقول صعب يتغير بالنهاية. Where you are an important model for handwriting. الأستاذ هو an important model for handwriting, not only in handwriting and all other skills. Challenges Roman scripts. You know that Arabic is started from the right. When we write, we start from the right, while English we start from left. So this is the directionality sometimes cause طبعا حتى بالإعدادية يعني لحد الآن إنه مثل ما قلنا إنه عندهم مشكلة. Letter shapes أشكال الحروف. Time to practice. Monitor in a class. We're moving on with writing. Students should have reasonable ability with the mechanics of writing. However, writing is an evolving skill. As we said, it's evolving skills. It's not students are not expected to be writing a full يعني كتابة جيدة جدا بوقت قصير. ما يتطلب يعني مراحل كثيرة حتى تتنمى. High task many years. It takes many years to establish an adult style. Teachers must continue get students to form and positions letters and words correctly. Position letters and words correctly. Handwriting underpins writing. Alright, so phonetics are very important. And remember, students have been taught that each letter is like a person. It has own shape, and it has its own sound, and it has its own name. So phonetic skills need to be developed also for students. Saying the sounds of each individual letter. These are skills. Identifying the sounds that 2 or 3 letters make. This is, for example, this يعني هذه المراحل الابتدائية قد تكون يعني مهمة جدا، ولكن المرحلة المتوسطة والإعدادية قد يكون طالب وصل إلى مرحلة المفروض يعني، ولكن أيضا نجد حالات كثيرة أن الطالب ما يميز من يعني هذه الأحرف. Okay. Blending sounds together for reading words and segmenting words into sound to spell words, recognizing blends PL, SL, SP, and digraphs H and CH وإث. So blending are the like for example S blending يمزج الحروف يعني والحروف التي تأتي سوية الاس والبي، وعندك البي والال والاس والال. These are they call them blending word. هذا أيضا يتعرف عليها الطالب يعرفها. طبعا إذا جمعت المتشابهات تكون الأمور صعبة، وإذا جمعت المختلفات أيضا تكون سهلة، وإذا جمعت المختلفات أيضا تكون سهلة بالطالب. So blending sounds to make words sounding out individual sound letters correspondences. For example, these are cleans how we can cut them down into phonetically different according to their initial letters and onset and rhyme. طبعا هذه ممكن نقطعها ويكون التقطيع مفيد بالنسبة للطلاب حتى يعرفون كتابتها بشكل صحيح. segmenting word. طبعا هذه مشكلة السبيلنج يعني سبيلنج اللغة الإنجليزية مختلف تماما عن لغتنا العربية، وأصعب يكون لأن أغلب الكلمات هواي من الكلمات شاذة ولا توجد، يعني توجد قواعد ولكن كل القواعد تخترق بشواذ. phonetics summary. Phonetics is a very important part of developing literacy. It helps children read words and spell them. And not all words are decodable. This is something must be taken in considerations, because not, as I said, not all words are decodable. It is only one of the reading skills. Whole word recognitions and top-down strategies such as reading stories are just as important. And طبعا البيئة يعني بيئة القراءة والكتابة مهمة جدا. يعني في الحياة الطبيعية الأطفال يعني يتعرضون للغة في مكانات مختلفة، سواء كانت إنجليزية أو غير الإنجليزية. يعني written forms, cash machines, newspaper read, notes left, and if they are lucky they hear stories read to them. These early experiences with reading and writing pave the way to learning literacy skills. Inside the classroom we need to produce this experience and immerse children in English print. طبعا هذه انه اللغة الحقيقية الاوثنتيك اللي يتعرض لها الطلاب في خلينا نقول الأطفال في الحياة العامة، بحياتهم العامة، بالبيت يشوفون مكتوب، يشوف له جريدة، يشوف مجلة، بالإنترنت يشوف، بالتلفزيون. Inside the classroom we need to imitate such kind of activities. We need to reproduce these experiences and immerse children in English print. These are some of the important يعني نقاط مهمة about the يعني المكان، البيئة، بيئة القراءة والكتابة. Why do we place text, celebrations, stimulations, informations. طبعا أيضا واحدة من الأشياء المهمة إنه نخلي الword walls اللي هي يعني كتاب جدار الكلمات اللي هو بيه vocabulary, classroom language, manners, rules, attendance, and much more and much more. طبعا هذه يعني بعض الأمثلة بالصف الأول متوسط عندنا الفصول وأهميتها، وأيضا words wall are displays of words and the phrases that students have learned or are learning. هي يعني مختصة بالكلمات اللي يعني تعلمها الطلاب خلال خلال الكورس مالتهم، وتكون مذكرة لهم. طبعا احنا دائما نقول للطلاب ان المفردات حتى لا تنساها، تكتبها بورقة امامك، تسوي لك سجل خاص بك للمفردات المهمة حتى تراجعها بين فترة والاخرى. I think this is the end of our lecture today. Inshallah I will meet you tomorrow with another lecture where we're going to talk about classroom or assessment in general and mark distributions. Today I think that's it. Don't forget to be merciful at the classroom, and remember always we are teaching or we are dealing with children, and children are very intelligent and they want to learn, but sometimes they lose their motive to learn. So as teachers we need to motivate them, we need to bring them back on track, we need to tell them that we are here to help them, we are here to guide them, we are their fathers, and we care much about them and their future. Thank you very much for attending the lecture and listening to me. I will meet you tomorrow inshallah. في أمان الله وحفظه.